I was writing stories on rural India from Indian villages on various topics and also editing the stories that were sent to us, by writers and NGOs and all that from different parts of the country. So this session is basically, to uh, kind of give a brief idea to all of you about the role of creative practitioners in social development. And since I've been a journalist, I'll probably focus a bit more on that, but I'll try to give an overall picture also because as journalists, especially as a features journalist, and I know if many of you are familiar with the term, but I'll take you through that as well. As a features journalist, we interact a lot with artists, with people who are in the cultural sphere, who are making an impact through various forms of performing art and, fine arts and all that in their own spaces. So basically, I'll focus a little bit on journalism, but also I'll talk about other creative practices as well. And Astha has very kindly agreed to present the session for me. So thank you, Astha, for that. And I think, like she said, we don't have much time, so I guess let's dive into it straight away. Astha, if you can go to the second slide, please. Yeah, so starting with the very basics, who is a creative practitioner? Anybody who, like I said, is an artist, who is a creative person, who practices something in any kind of a creative format is a creative practitioner, whether it's a painter or a sculptor, a performing artist, whether a dancer, musician, actor, theater person, writers and editors like I have been, photographer, videographer, more so in today's world that you see a lot of impactful stories are being told even through, reels which are just a few seconds long. So that has emerged as a very, very important, extremely impactful medium recently. Makeup artist, yes, certainly. Makeup artists also because they also, for performing artists, whether it's a dancer, musician, actor, makeup artists, and camera persons and choreographers, all of them are behind their performance. So I guess performing artists actually should include the whole crew as well. You're right. Then video producers, because once the videographer has got the reels, what got the shots, then it has to be stitched together with proper, subtitling, background sounds, music, and all that. So production is a very big part, and makeup artists will actually come into the production part also because production involves a lot of other aspects. In its editing, its lighting, its presentation, its animations, graphics, all that. And fashion designer. These are just some of the examples that I've given, but it just gives you an idea about, what are the creative faculties which are required to kind of make your point across, to message properly or in an interesting format. Next slide, please. So yeah, and why are they important? And I'm sure all of you, know it from your experience also. All of us are inherently creative people. Some of us are probably more inclined towards it, and that is why we hone our skills in that direction. Some of us, like to just watch and enjoy and all that, and don't really want to engage our own faculties in that. But that doesn't mean that we are not creative. So, in a sense that, creativity touches hearts like nothing else does. Which is why, from the very beginning, whenever we are even talking about a mathematical puzzle or, a chemical equation and all of that, the initial stages, the books always have pictures and graphics because that is what connects with the mind in a better format. If it evokes interest, any day, in whether it's an interestingly written line or a graphic or an artwork, or even, if you see on the side here the thought bubbles, they immediately tell us what the message is, what one is trying to say without actually saying much. So it certainly evokes interest in people's minds and hearts. It has a wider reach for sure because, again, it is not bound by the barriers of many a times and oftentimes barriers of language, barriers of literacy, barriers of understanding a particular process. Because again, it's it's just inherent in us. We're built that way. We're wired that way, that we appreciate arts. It's more interactive. Because again, if you're performing in front of an audience, you can gauge from the audience's reaction whether how they are taking your performance. If it's sloganeering or street plays or something, then again, you have a chance to interact with the person the artwork or the creative work is meant for. It's cost effective in the long run. Again, I'm sure you will all agree, because once you've created an artwork, most often than not, it is for eternity. I mean, we know that paintings or artworks which were done like, hundreds of years ago are there even today for us to not just, absorb, but to learn from. And those pieces will always, remain in civilization as very, very strong pillars of learning. So in the short run, it might be more costly to create an artwork, again depending on the scale of it, not always. But even if it is at that point of time seeming a lot, that a lot of money and effort and long hours and mind work is going into it, but I mean, surely one, because it also reaches so many people, especially in today's world through the internet. All these forms are, available for so many people to consume. And that is why, in fact, internet advertising is so lucrative today, because for a very small sum of money, you are able to reach a really, really wide audience across geographies. So it's extremely cost effective. And then varied forms of content. So even if it is one social message, even if it is one social message, for example, many of you probably would be interested in subjects like sustainability or climate change or adult literacy or women's empowerment, women's health, these kind of issues. So one message can be disseminated through various means, depending on what the context is and what the message is. But mostly one messaging can be done in more than one format. Next slide, please, Asta. So this is again a very, very basic question, and I'm sure all of you, as in your student life or in your young working life, have used one or more than these things to as part of your projects and all that. But as far as social development is concerned, again, these are very, very important, and all of these are used are probably in conjunction with each other for social messaging and effective social messaging. So all of us know logos, artworks, posters, anthems, jingles, slogans like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao has, become like a really, really slogan that's caught on like anything. At one time, there was population control, there was Hum Do, Hamare Do, which was again, very, very effective slogan. Recently, if I can remember, there was the Pulse Polio campaign had Do Boon Zindagi Ke. So these are just slogans which catch on, and without much ado, they, just strike the chord. I'll just stop here once again. Asta, is everybody very conversant in English, or do you want me to switch to Hindi occasionally? Because I am comfortable both in English, and Hindi is my mother tongue, so there's no problem with that. But if everyone is fine with English, I can continue.
Everybody is, I think it would be nice if you can keep on switching and it works actually for the audience.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, so whenever you people, anyone wants me to stop and ask questions, please feel free to interrupt. And if I'm going too fast or too slow, you can please nudge me. So yeah, let's carry on then. Slogans. And then scripts, features, essays, which has been my kind of field of work that I have been writing. Photos, and photos along with all these can, be very effective. There's videos, there's audio podcast today, which is एक time पे radio होता था when we were very small. I have grown up with listening to radio a lot. Now that has come back as form of podcasts. Movies, which is not necessarily just documentaries, also feature films. We have seen how feature films like Lapata Ladies or People Live or I mean, right from old times, from Satyajit Ray's movies, from Shyam Benegal's movies, how movies are really, really, capable of striking a chord with people. Theater, street plays again. You guys would have heard of Safdar Hashmi. He was like a pioneer of social messaging through street plays, and मतलब उनका तो नाम ही उस टाइम पे इतना ज्यादा था because again for women's empowerment, education, underprivileged people, he spoke about all these issues through street plays, and Safdar Hashmi Foundation is still doing a lot in that field. Graphics and animation again, more today than it was there earlier with 3D animation and all happening. I think this is a field that is underutilized, in my opinion, because animations work like, I mean, there is something about animation that completely hooks people regardless of their age. बच्चे भी हैं, बूढ़े भी हैं, एक अच्छा सा एक मूविंग कार्टून कैरेक्टर आपको दिखता है अगर तो you really want to stop whatever you are doing and watch that. And which is one reason why those Japanese manga and all that is so popular. But in terms of social development, messaging, I think it's underutilized, and probably as you guys take up and pass on, I mean the baton is passed to you guys, as reels have taken completely the internet by storm. I really think that animation is going to do that too soon. Next, Asa. So now for effective social messaging, two things are important. One is आपको ये देखना है कि आपको क्या मीडियम चूज करना है, which is identifying the best medium. और वो कब चूज होगा, जब आपको पता होगा कि आपका टारगेट ग्रुप क्या है. टारगेट ग्रुप आप पता करेंगे तो आप बेस्ट मीडियम पता कर सकते हैं. लेकिन और आप जिस मीडियम में अगर काम करते हैं, सपोज आई एम अ राइटर एंड आई राइट इन इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी, देन माय ग्रुप इज ऑलरेडी आइडेंटिफाइड दैट आई कैन रीच ओनली टू द पीपल who are either conversant with English or Hindi. Or else, if I can identify, if the group is identified, that I have to target a group of, say, young children in the Northeast and maybe Meghalaya who don't understand Hindi and English, then I know that somehow the messaging has to be done in their native language. And then I have to identify the best medium to do that. And then accordingly, I have to tweak the content. So if I am, for instance, like I said, working with a group of pre-primary children who are probably not able to read and write also, but I have to tell them about the importance of sanitation, about the wash, practices, then what is the best way to do it? The best way to do it would be, I think, through graphics, through animation, through cartoons, because, like I said, they do not understand my language. I don't understand theirs. And this is the way then we identify how to make effective messaging. Next one, Asta. So why is creativity important? So I have a link here, which it's a very small video, but it's from Sir Ken Robinson. He was a British author and professor, and he spent decades talking about the importance of arts in education. He was a professor at University of Warwick, has written several books, and he is the most watched speaker in the history of TED Talks. This is one of the videos where he's talking. It's a very short video, which is why I've included it here. But if you want to kind of delve into the topic more about why we think that creativity is important in all spheres of life, and what Sir Robinson has been saying actually is that how our education, and he's not talking about only British education, but he's talking about education across the world, and the way the education curricula and the institutes are framed is that they stifle creativity, which wasn't the case maybe 500 years ago. But as modernization has happened, as more scientific thought has come into play, and there is so much of emphasis given on scientific thought कि मतलब सब चीज का रिजल्ट क्या होगा, हर चीज का आप मेजर करते हो उसका आउटकम क्या होने वाला है इन मेजरेबल टर्म्स, जो कि क्रिएटिविटी से पॉसिबल नहीं होता है. सो व्हाट रॉबिन्सन सेज इज कि वो नहीं है, लेकिन वो इतना ज्यादा जरूरी है कि it is important in every aspect. And what a very important point that he's making is that because of the capitalism today, everything has become profit driven. The whole economies, countries' economies, whether it's companies, everything is about measuring, like I said, the outcomes. So what he's seeing in this video, and he says at other places also, is कि आप कोई भी कंपनी देख लो, आप चाहे कितने ही बड़े मार्केटिंग मैवरिक हो, आपने बड़े से कहीं इंस्टीट्यूट से एमबीए आपने करा है, बट व्हाट डू कंपनीज वांट from a successful executive? They want innovation. They want new ideas. They want new products to be launched. They want them to understand their target consumer audience. All these things come from क्रिएटिविटी. आपका क्रिएटिव माइंडसेट ही नहीं है अगर, तो आप लोगों के साथ कनेक्शन ही नहीं बिठा पाओगे. आप क्रिएटिव माइंडसेट नहीं है तो आप इनोवेट नहीं कर पाओगे. अगर भी एक किसी ने अगर जूम चैनल भी बना दिया है तो उसने इतने सारे आइकॉन्स वगैरह डाले हैं ना वहां पे, वो कहाँ से आए हैं? वो किसी क्रिएटिव बंदे ने ही तो बनाए हैं. सो दिस इज व्हाट ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. आस्था, इफ यू कैन क्लिक इट एंड वी कैन वॉच इट नाउ.
Sure.
Ma'am, actually we have only 5 minutes left to this meeting, so
Oh
maybe
my
we can
God. Okay. Yeah, we
and
can
then
skip this. Anyway, I've told you a gist of what he's talking about. Maybe you guys can, take a look at it later.
no,
Uh,
if you we can join another link and then play the video because the video will
हाँ,
then stop in the middle.
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. That works. If it's
Oh,
okay with you guys.
okay.
Yeah.
तो इसको छोड़ दें ये मीटिंग,
हाँ.
या इसको कंटिन्यू करें, बाद में we'll come back to it. What is the next slide? 5 minutes है ना, तो उसको क्यों हम खराब करें? So then I'll come to journalism. So I think maybe in short I will tell you. So what is a story? So in journalism we call articles as stories. और stories का मतलब वो fiction stories नहीं है कि हम रस्किन बॉन्ड की story की बात कर रहे हैं या हम महादेवी वर्मा की story की बात कर रहे हैं. Those not those stories, but every report that a reporter files, every piece of news or feature that is carried in any newspaper or television channel is called a story. And the important parts of stories are these three. One is the headline. All of you know there's no story without a headline. It has to be a catchy headline. In terms of online journalism, it has to be an SEO friendly headline. It has to have all the keywords and all that. But regardless of that, it has to be a headline that catches the reader's attention. B is extremely important. This is the backbone of all the stories. Every story has to answer these questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how. कोई भी चीज हुई, कब हुई, कहाँ हुई, किसने की. अगर यूक्रेन पे बम गिराया तो रशिया ने गिराया, कब गिराया, कहाँ गिराया, क्यों गिराया. वो थोड़ा सा, अगर वो नई स्टोरी है तो वो इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. क्यों? अगर वो बहुत दिन से चल रही है, अब हमको लगता है कि लोगों को ऑलरेडी पता है, दैट टेक्स अ लिटिल बैक सीट. Supportive evidence is very, very important. Quotes from people who are on the ground, quotes from experts, people who can tell us more about the subject. Statistics. अब रशिया ने यूक्रेन पे बम गिराया तो कितने लोग हताहत हुए, बिल्डिंग्स कितनी खराब हुई. Scene description, how many houses were whatever shot down, or uh, who were the people there who suffered, what happened. Similarly, and these things will go even for whenever we talk about stories in development, rural development also. So, for instance, if an organization is going and doing a sort of what do I call a workshop for microfinance in a rural area, and then you come back and you have to write the story. Obviously, the headline will be that that so many people were kind of briefed about what microfinance is. Then who all were there? Who held that workshop? When was it held? Where was it held? What mechanisms were used? उनको आप लोगों ने पीपीटी दिखाया, उनको चार्ट्स बना के दिखाया, उनको आपने फिजिकल डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन किया कि कैसे माइक्रो फाइनेंस चलता है. देन सपोर्टिव एविडेंस, वहां जो लोग थे वो क्या कह रहे हैं उसके बारे में, उनको क्या फर्क पड़ा उसके बारे में, जो वर्कशॉप्स होल्ड कर रहे थे उनका क्या बोलना है, उनके क्या चैलेंजेस उन्होंने फेस करे वहां पे, स्टेटिस्टिक्स कितने लोग आए थे, कितने लोगों ने रजिस्टर किया, दोज आर ऑल स्टेटिस्टिक्स। सीन डिस्क्रिप्शन, एक पेड़ के नीचे हुआ, पीपल के पेड़ के नीचे हुआ, पंचायत भवन में हुआ, all that is makes a complete story about that particular instance. And like I said, there are basically three forms of stories in journalism. One is news story. Russia ne Ukraine pe hamla kiya. So it will have a lead, which is again, who, what, which is a major point. Then body will be a little more of description, again, some bit of background and something. And tail will be the least important part of the story. So the inverted pyramid is that the most important part, the most recent news comes on top, followed by the other supporting facts, and then the last is the least important thing कि ये युद्ध तब से चला आ रहा है और इसका ये बैकिंग है और ये देश रशिया के साथ है, ये देश यूक्रेन के साथ है, ये सारा हम हटा भी सकते हैं, वो उस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज के लिए उतना जरूरी नहीं है. Next is feature stories. Feature stories are a little different because they don't necessarily have to follow this kind of a news format. It is more about fluid writing. You can have wordplay in it. These are stories when even they are concerned with a news topic. Like for instance, आप microfinance की workshop आपने एक गांव में करी, तो वो तो news हो गई. बट इसी में अगर हम फीचर स्टोरी ढूंढें तो फीचर स्टोरी विल बी कि एक महिला हमें मिली जो बहुत बूढ़ी है, मे बी हर चिल्ड्रन आर नॉट देयर, शी इज एन ओल्ड विडो, एंड हाउ मच शी नीड्स मनी एंड हाउ शी हैज बीन स्ट्रगलिंग, एंड मतलब वो वर्कशॉप अटेंड करते हुए मे बी शी गॉट इमोशनल, एंड जगाना पड़ेगा उसमें थोड़ा सा अपना इंटरेस्ट जगाना, उसमें अपना सा थोड़ा सा आपको इंटरेस्ट जगाना पड़ेगा उस चीज में. सो इफ यू आर वर्किंग विद से a rural community which has a very good folk art. बहुत सारी रूरल कम्युनिटीज हैं, गोंड आर्ट इज सो रिच, देयर इज मधुबनी विच इज सो रिच, दिस इज सौरा in Jharkhand. These art forms are so rich. You can always encourage them, bring them into your fold and go into their fold. That is what communications is all about. That is what social development is all about. You have to be a participant observator. Participant observation is very, very important when you're going and working with the community. So you can take a step back, you can see what they are doing, how they are using their art forms, and you can have them use that art form for social messaging. So that is one way I think you can do it, because unme bhi folk songs hote hain, folk dances hote hain. Our cultural heritage is super, super rich, and it's very sad that we are kind of losing touch with it. But I think social messaging, when it is done through those native cultural arts and cultural formats, is the most effective way to get a message done, sent across. So I think that is one way. I may be right or wrong, but of course, with experience, also a lot of things fall into place. You just have to be patient and be at it, and then you get, as you get more familiar with the work routine, with the kind of work you are doing, things become easier. I hope I've answered your question. So
Yes, I think actually you've not just answered but inspired also. So yeah, thank you.
okay, Prachi is saying suppression begins in schools. Yes, Prachi, absolutely. And Sir Ken Robinson was saying the same thing. Yeah, and I think even there, I think sports can be given far more importance than it is given actually. And art, absolutely. That is so true, what Prachi, you were saying. And I mean, I agree because, and at least, you guys, I think probably are a little luckier generation in that sense, because when I was growing up, at that time, if you took humanities in school, you were actually looked down upon, because it was always like, अरे तुम तो पढ़ने में अच्छे हो, तुमने क्यों आर्ट्स ले लिया? So it was arts, अगर आपने लिया है तो आप नहीं हो पढ़ने में अच्छे. And हमारे स्कूल में तो it was so clear, that distinction, that anybody who scored maybe 70 or 75% and above in class 10, वो तो साइंस ही लेंगे. Those who scored between 60 and 75% took commerce. Those who scored below 60% took arts. So even though I was interested in literature, I was interested in writing, And I was interested in reading books, and I had a flair for writing. I could not bring myself to take up humanities. I was like, यार इन लोगों के साथ में मैं कैसे पढ़ लूंगी? They have barely scraped through their board exams. और कहाँ मेरे तो यार 80% से ज्यादा whatever I have scored मैं कैसे कर लूं? तो I did my MSc, I did my BSc and MSc. So you are right. I mean, and things are changing, and they should change for sure. As adults, what do you think we can do on a daily basis to bring, like I said, get acquainted with arts as much as you can. And just getting acquainted with arts kind of gives you that compassion to understand arts. And watch movies. It's not bad. Don't watch it at work. जब ऑफिस में हो तो ऑफिस का काम कर लो, तब नेटफ्लिक्स मत खोलो. बट बट घर में जाके फॉलो म्यूजिक. आप पॉडकास्ट सुनो, आप रास्ते में हो तो, आप ट्रैफिक में फंसे हो तो आप स्पॉटिफाई पे म्यूजिक सुनो. द मोर यू अक्वेंट योरसेल्फ, द मोर यू स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड अप्रिशिएटिंग आर्ट. आपके अंदर से आपको खुद ही पता चलेगा आप क्या ज्यादा समझ पा रहे हो. ठीक है, आई वॉच हॉलीवुड मूवीज, आई वॉच जापानीज मूवीज, आई वॉच कोरियन ड्रामाज. तो मुझे अपने से अंदर से पता चलेगा ना यार, मुझे हॉलीवुड मूवीज नहीं उतनी इंटरेस्ट करती, मैं अगला मैं ना के ड्रामा ही देखूंगी. सो देन यू वॉच द नेक्स्ट के ड्रामा, एंड देन यू वॉच द नेक्स्ट के ड्रामा, देन यू स्टार्ट अप्रिशिएटिंग के पॉप. सो कि आपको एक तरीके के आर्ट फॉर्म में ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है. एंड देन एंड सडनली फिर जब आप उससे बहुत कंफर्टेबल हो जाते हो उस आर्ट फॉर्म से, तो देन यू स्टार्ट डैबलिंग इन इट. And that is how, and then don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like I said, at any age, I have a former colleague of mine who used to work with me in Indian Express a long, long time ago. Then she was a correspondent with Hindu. And she always reported on music. वो classical musicians के interviews करती थी, music concerts cover करती थी, सब करती थी. Now I think she would be around 50 or certainly late 40s. Now she has started learning classical music. बिकॉज लाइक मैंने इतना कवर कर लिया है, इतने म्यूजिशियंस को मैंने सुन लिया है, मुझे समझ में आता है कि ये राग कौन सी है, ये राग कैसी है, वट एवर. एंड नाउ शी इज पिकिंग अप. सो I think one is actually to just expose yourself to art forms as much as possible. Each person is creative, but they don't get platform to show their talent. I am so it's just so right. Some are recognized by social media, they don't get platform to show. See, I would like differ slightly here, although I agree with you completely, not everybody gets a platform to show their talent, but somehow I think talent should also be for yourself. आपको उसको खुद करने में मजा आना चाहिए. It should not always be कि आप दूसरे से appreciation मांग रहे हो. आपको खुद को वो करने में अच्छा लगना चाहिए, और फिर वो आपको खुद ही इतना एंजॉयमेंट देता है कि यू डोंट इवन केयर कोई देख रहा है कि नहीं देख रहा है. So that is one thing I think, when you are really really into a creative space. अब अगर मैं डूडलिंग करती हूँ, मैं अगर मुझे बहुत मेंटल स्ट्रेस है, मैं करती हूँ मंडला आर्ट, करती हूँ मैं किसी को दिखाने के लिए नहीं कर रही हूँ. वो मंडला आर्ट में कितना ही खराब करूँ, बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट इज कामिंग मी. तो वो इट्स एन एंड टू इटसेल्फ फॉर मी. एंड आर्ट शुड बी लाइक दैट. कि बहुत सारे आर्टिस्ट होते हैं वो दरवाजा बंद करके क्लोज डोर में अपने गाने गाते हैं. सो उनको किसी को नहीं सुनाना है, बट उनको वो अच्छा लगता है, दे गेट अ सेंस ऑफ एनर्जी फ्रॉम दैट. सो दैट इज वर्किंग फॉर देम. Nitin is saying everyone is not privileged to perform and engage in art. Absolutely true. But everyone is not privileged to engage in art, maybe on a professional level. But on a personal level, even like I said, rural women are engaging in art. वो तो अपने घर की दीवारों पे, मिट्टी की दीवारों पे बनाती है ना, गेरू से वो वार्ली पेंटिंग बनाते हैं ना महाराष्ट्र में वो लोग. इट्स पार्ट ऑफ देयर लाइफ. तमिलनाडु में आप जाओगे, हर घर के बाहर वो अपना रंगोली बनाते हैं वो लोग, सुबह सुबह उसको साफ करके. दे आर एंगेजिंग इन आर्ट. दे आर ऑब्वियसली द मोस्ट अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड पीपल. अब उनके फोक सॉन्ग्स, फोक डांसेस, every no rural festival in any part of India, or rather any part of the world, no tribal community is without its folk dances and folk songs. So it is less to do with privilege, more about celebrating yourself and celebrating your being. art has always been that. अब केव आर्ट में वो केवमैन क्या प्रिविलेज थे उस जमाने में, बट दे डिड, वो अपना केव आर्ट करते थे ना. So it is about expressing yourself. It is about breaking the routine. It is about, seeking an outlet. Best art. Okay, Creative Codex. Everybody take note. I will also take note. So I will also take a look at Creative Codex. Thank you, Sunny. As a creator, how do you deal with creative? Oh my God, that's a very, very tough question. And I'm certainly dealing with a creative block. I'm in the process of writing a book. और वो मैंने उसमें ऐसा ट्विस्ट दे दिया है कि अभी मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि मैं उस ट्विस्ट को फिर कैसे अनट्विस्ट करूँ. So, you have really struck this at where it's hurting me today. So, I don't know. If everybody's, way to deal with it is very personal, very, very different. I've interviewed a lot of artists through my career and I've asked this question various times and मुझे सबसे यही पता चला है कि सबका अलग-अलग तरीका होता है. Some people take a break like I have done. What works for me is also walking. I don't know, it seems मतलब बहुत आपको ऐसा फ्लिपेंट सा लगेगा, but I take long walks alone. और कुछ नहीं तो मैं घर में ही बहुत घूमती हूँ. और फिर मुझे कहीं से वो क्लिक कर जाता है कि चलो अब ये करना चाहिए. आई थिंक मे बी लाइक ब्लड सर्कुलेशन बढ़ जाता है या जो भी आपके दिमाग में एक बोझ है वो कहीं से डिसिपेट हो जाता है. But a lot of people, different people have different things, and the most famous of it is ki, most brilliant ideas come on the toilet seat. So maybe it works for some people. So, but I was in my recent interview, actually, one of the most recent interviews that I've done was for Village Square with Piyush Mishra. And I'm sure many of you would have heard his name and heard his songs and all that. And I asked him the same thing. And he said, मेरे को कुछ नहीं होता, मैं एक बार लिखने बैठता हूँ, मैं पूरा खत्म करता हूँ एक ही गो में. बस जो मेरे मन में आता है मैं कर देता हूँ, वो जैसा भी है जैसा भी है. So that is one way to do it maybe, and if it works for him तो अच्छी बात है, but it doesn't work for me क्योंकि भाई मैं तो थक जाती हूँ फिर. तो a lot of creative blocks occur because we start. Yes, yes, absolutely, Tarushi, that is so true. कि हम लोग यही सोचते हैं कि किसी को क्या अच्छा लगेगा, एंड दैट इज प्रोबेबली व्हाट पीयूष मिश्रा वाज ट्राइंग टू से, कि बस मुझे जो समझ में आता है मैं कर देता हूँ, ज्यादा मैं सोचता नहीं. बट या यू आर राइट, बट ऑल्सो क्रिएटिव ब्लॉक्स आर ऑफ डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑल्सो. अब वो डिपेंड करता है कि आपको किस तरीके का, कि वेदर यू आर स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर अ वर्ड or you're struggling for the right medium, or you're struggling to make a decision. There are different kinds of creative blocks. If you're struggling for a word, then of course आप thesaurus खोल लीजिए, आप synonyms देख लीजिए, वो creative block चला जाएगा. Sometimes talking to people helps. A lot of times, if you have some people who आपको अगर बहुत confidence में हो आप उनके, और आप you don't really mind, आप उनको competitor की तरह नहीं देखते हो, and you don't mind discussing your work with them, then I think आप कर सकते हो ये कि उनके साथ में आप डिस्कस कर लो कि क्या है ना. सो देन उनके आइडियाज भी आते हैं, इफ यू डोंट माइंड रियली कि उनको आप उनके आइडियाज को यूज कर सको तो वो भी अच्छी बात है. अच्छा, क्या बोला जावेद अख्तर ने, बताओ प्राची. प्राची मैसेज करके, और फिर प्राची हमको बता ही नहीं रही है कि जावेद अख्तर ने क्या बोला. ऑल ऑफ अस वांट टू नो व्हाट फनी थिंग ही सेड. हाँ, सो दैट इज व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग ना, काफी चीजें तो एक्सपीरियंस से सॉल्व ही हो जाती है अपने आप ही. तो जब हम लोग कुछ चीज करना शुरू करते हैं, समथिंग फेक इट टिल यू मेक इट. Yeah, right. And then once you become big, then nobody will question anything. So that is also there. ठीक है, that was a very, very interesting conversation. I think we can move on. So I think, yeah, this is done. Okay, so treatment of a story. Now, this goes for social messaging as well, and very, very importantly so. You have to hit hard, and you have to hit hard where it hurts. ठीक है. एंड सोशल मैसेजिंग हम लोग सोचते हैं मे बी इज अगेन, मतलब मुझे एक चीज पहले भी बोलनी चाहिए थी कि सोशल मैसेजिंग इज हु इज योर टारगेट ऑडियंस, हम कह रहे थे ना, तो टारगेट ऑडियंस तो जरूरी नहीं है, तो हमेशा इट इज द कम्युनिटी विच जिसमें आप इम्पैक्ट चाह रहे हैं. टारगेट ऑडियंस कैन ऑल्सो बी द फंडर्स, target audience can also be the government, target audience can also be the officials, the bureaucrats, target audience can also be the academic fraternity, target audience can also be journalists. ठीक है. तो आपको जो स्टोरी जिसको भी बतानी है, जिसकी भी आप प्लाइट की बात कर रहे हैं, जो भी आपको समाज में प्रॉब्लम आप दूर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, वो आप जब बताएं और जैसे बताएं, it has to hit where it hurts. This photo that I've shown नीचे is a photo from Sudan. This is an iconic photograph uh, in journalism, and this was taken in the early 90s, I think 94 or 94 or 93. In Sudan was under a massive famine at that time, and this was taken by a photographer called Kevin Carter. तो इसमें आप देखोगे she's a severely malnourished child. This was at that time identified as a girl, but I think later on it was thought that it was a boy. And वो the child is barely able to walk to the UN aid center. It is some distance away. और वो किसी तरह क्रॉल करके जा रहा है, अकेला है बच्चा. And the vulture is sitting there behind him, ready to pounce on the starving baby. So Kevin Carter took this photograph. अब इसमें बहुत डिबेटेबल चीजें होती हैं कि वो केविन कार्टर ने पहले फोटो ली, पहले उसने उसको काइट को वल्चर को भगाया क्यों नहीं? Was this his duty or was that his duty? That is a conflict that as journalists we always struggle with, and I'm sure social development sector में जो लोग काम करते हैं, they also always struggle with this kind of a tussle in the mind and heart कि हम खुद कितना फर्क करें जाके, और डू वी वर्क एज पार्ट ऑफ अ सिस्टम. सोशल डेवलपमेंट में भी हो, अगर आप कहीं फ्लड प्रोन एरिया में काम कर रहे हो, तो फिर आपका मन करेगा ना कि यार मेरे पास जो भी सेविंग्स है, मेरी एफडी है, मैं तोड़ के लगा दूं, यहाँ पे लोगों को इतनी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. बट डू यू डू दैट? हाउ मच कैन यू डू दैट? तो आपका काम एक सिस्टम में रह के काम करना है. पर्सनल लेवल पे आप जो कर सकते हो वो आप करोगे, बट यू नो सो दैट इज अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट थिंग जो मतलब जर्नलिस्ट के साथ हमेशा होता है कि आप एक अर्थक्वेक कवर करने गए हो, तो आप रबल हटा के खुद लोगों को बचाना शुरू करोगे, या फोटो लोगे, या फिर उसको रिपोर्ट करोगे. तो वो अगेन दैट इज अ वेरी वेरी पर्सनल डिसीजंस एवरी जर्नलिस्ट हैज टू टेक, और वो सबका अलग अलग डिसीजन होता है. देयर इज नो राइट, नो रॉन्ग. जर्नलिस्ट्स हु प्रेफर टू ओनली रिपोर्ट से कि हम दुनिया को बताएंगे नहीं तो दुनिया को पता कैसे चलेगा. Journalists on the other hand are also there who actually go on to do things on the ground also. But that is what Kevin Carter did. He took the photo, then he shoot the vulture away, and then he left. Child made its way. The child survived for some years, and Kevin Carter the next year got the Pulitzer Prize, and the photo was published in New York Times, and he got the Pulitzer for this photograph because this photo just shook the world. And that is when it was published in New York Times, and people sat up and took notice कि मतलब सूडान में कितना बुरा हाल है, कितना भयानक फेमीन हुआ है. And the entire world was talking about it. Kevin Carter was a South African photographer. He was really, really shaken by the whole experience of covering this famine in Sudan. And a few months after he got the Pulitzer, he died by suicide. So, but again, like I said, this photo, whatever, years later also is kind of heralded as the impact that just one photograph can make to a whole community. Very recently, in fact, I could have added that there was this Turkish child, कुछ 7-8 साल पहले की बात है, जिसका 2-2.5 साल का बच्चा था. They were fleeing to यूरोप, एंड उनका जो इलीगल इमिग्रेशन में, एंड देयर बोट कैप्साइज्ड, और उस बच्चे का बॉडी वाज वॉश्ड अशोर. अगेन सिमिलर फोटोग्राफ. So these are the kind of photographs that really, really work to make an impact. So, in social development space, also, whenever we can find data or images or videos which, actually speak far more than anything else can, we should try to do that. Then touch hearts. Again, the treatment of the story should always be to bring the human angle in forward. सो रादर देन सेइंग कि मतलब हम गए और हमने इतने लोगों को खाने के पैकेट्स बांटे इन अ फ्लड प्रोन एरिया, इफ वी talk about one person and how one person had not eaten for so many days and the kind of problems that he was going through, कि उसका घर भी बह गया, वो भी बह गया, maybe he was stranded on a rooftop for several days, and then we are through that person's story we are talking about a work, then that is going to touch hearts far more देन इफ वी जस्ट से कि हम गए और हमने इतने लोगों को वहां पे फ्लड आया हुआ था और हमने इतने फूड पैकेट्स बांटे और हम यहाँ पे गए. Nobody is going to be interested. I mean, people will be interested, of course, since they're following the flood. But will it remain in their minds and hearts for longer? It won't, in all probability. But if you are talking about this through one person narrating his plight or her plight, then the chances are that that story will remain with the reader for a long time or with the listener. Then, which brings me to show people. Always try to show people on the ground. Whether these are rescue workers in a flood situation, people who are stranded, earthquake hai, famine aaya hai, or else, if you're talking about, say, deforestation in a village, और कुछ गांव के लोग खुद खड़े होके reforestation कर रहे हैं या अपने जंगलों को बचा रहे हैं, या अगर if there is a wildfire and they themselves are taking steps to mitigate that wildfire, show the story from the people's point of view. चाहे आप फोटोग्राफ्स दिखाएं, चाहे आप वीडियोस बनाएं, चाहे आप उनके इंटरव्यूज करें, उनके बारे में लिखें, because nothing connects with a person more than a person. Why do we all like to watch celebrities? हमको क्यों, हम सब इंस्टाग्राम पे हम देखते हैं कि भैया वो मलाइका जिम से आ रही है और जिम पे जा रही है, और वो वट एवर शाहिद कपूर और वो एयरपोर्ट में जा रहे हैं और एयरपोर्ट से आ रहे हैं. क्यों हम लोग देखते हैं ये? बिकॉज वी वॉन्ट टू नो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन पीपल्स लाइव्स, है ना? तो अब, एंड दैट इज नॉट जस्ट इंडियंस, एवरीवेयर. हमारे यहाँ तो पापराजी कल्चर बहुत कम है. यूएस यूके में तो कितना ज्यादा है. वहां पे तो वो तो पूरे पूरे इतने बड़े बड़े लेंसेज लगा के, और कहाँ कहाँ से वो उनके बैकयार्ड में भी फोटो लेते हैं कि उनका स्विमिंग पूल ऐसा दिखता है. सो एज ह्यूमंस, दिस इज अ ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी, वी वांट टू नो अबाउट अदर पीपल्स लाइव्स. हमको पता है कि पड़ोस में शर्मा जी की बेटी की शादी हुई है, तो कितने मेहमान आए थे और क्या क्या खाना बन रहा है. वी वांट टू नो. और ये हमारे ड्राइंग रूम में होती हैं ये बातें. सो और ये सिर्फ हमारे यहाँ नहीं, द होल सोशल मीडिया हैज काइंड ऑफ exploded because of this. The whole influencer culture, the whole Twitter comments, और अब तो X हो गया है खैर, but we still call it Twitter, वो आ ही जाता है वो. So what is that? That is all because we want to connect with other people. And we want to know what is happening in other people's lives. और हम देखते हैं कि वो कटरीना का किचन कैसा है और विराट कोहली का ड्राइंग रूम कैसा है. सो एंड इट इज नॉट जस्ट सेलिब्रिटीज, जो इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं हम उनकी भी साड़ियां देखते हैं, उनका भी हम देखते हैं किसके पास कौन सी गाड़ी है. सो similarly in the social development space also, if we show people in a community, if we show कि यहाँ देखिए कि इतना बड़ा गुड़गांव में हाई राइज है, या बॉम्बे में इतना बड़ा हाई राइज है और उसके पीछे तो ये स्लम है, और इसमें तो बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ियां हैं, और उनकी बालकनी से जो स्लम दिखता है उसमें ये प्रॉब्लम्स है. रोज वो ऊपर से अपनी बालकनी में से देखते हैं ये लोग पानी के लिए लड़ रहे हैं, बट दैट इज द डाइकोटमी वी लिव विद. सो व्हेन यू शो पीपल इज व्हेन पीपल विल एक्चुअली नो की प्रॉब्लम है. अगर आप कितना ही बोल दें कि पानी की दिक्कत हो रही है, आप दिल्ली में इतना पोल्यूशन है, वो 1000 पोल्यूशन पहुंच गया है ये, बट अनलेस यू शो कि भाई इवन मूंगफली वाला इज अ वेंडर इज वेयरिंग अ मास्क, that is when it will actually, the impact will hit you. So always try to show a story, a problem, or an impact, or a positive change through people. And when you're showing people, people will talk. When people talk, it becomes anecdotes. लोग बोलेंगे ना आपको. पहले आप बूढ़े लोगों से बात करेंगे कि हमको पहले तो इतनी पानी की किल्लत नहीं होती थी गांव में, और अब तो सारे कुएं सूख गए हैं, और अब तो हमारी बहू को और हमारी बेटी को स्कूल छोड़ के और इतना किलोमीटर पैदल जाना पड़ता है पानी लाने के लिए. These are all anecdotes. And when you hear an old woman say कि मैं तो 80 साल की उम्र में भी मैं जाके 2 किलोमीटर जाती हूँ, मैं पानी लाती हूँ, या मेरी ग्रैंड चाइल्ड है, she has to miss school because she has to get water, that is when the actual impact comes. If just या तो आपके पास स्टैटिस्टिक्स इतनी बड़ी हो, ओ गॉड आई हैव अगेन, मैंने और फिर से टाइम ले लिया क्या? डू यू वांट मी टू रैप अप?
नहीं we
फिर
can,
हम जल्दी कर
we have like 5 minutes में मीटिंग क्लोज हो जाएगी, but we have another link created so we can continue. Yeah, you don't have
अच्छा, सो या केविन कार्टर की लिंक भेजी है आस्था ने, तो आप प्लीज आप लोग पढ़ लीजिए, वेरी वेरी इंस्पायरिंग. सो अच्छा ठीक है, तो एनीवे यू हैव टू शो एनेक्डोट्स, आप उनसे उनसे बात करें, लोगों से वहां पे जाके उनकी प्रॉब्लम समझें, उनके उनके मुंह से उनकी बातें बुलवाएं. दोज आर एनेक्डोट्स. वो आप जब बोलेंगे तो लोगों को ऑब्वियसली इंटरेस्ट तो आएगा ही आएगा. जो भी आपके स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, गवर्नमेंट है, कम्युनिटी है, उनको इंटरेस्ट आएगा. जब उनको इंटरेस्ट आएगा तो वो आपकी बात सुनेंगे, तो वो इफेक्टिव मैसेजिंग होगी. ओके, कैन वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड? हाँ, तो अब ये सब एग्जांपल्स हैं. ये यूट्यूब पे आप अगर लिंक भेज दो, आप लोग बाद में भी देख सकते हो. ये मैंने बस ऐसे ही डाल दिए थे लिंक्स, बट आपने देखे ही होंगे. तो आप दिखा दो बस, आई जस्ट टेल यू कि क्या है. एक बार वापस जाना स्लाइड पे आस्था. हाँ, सो क्रिएटिविटी कमिंग बैक इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट
देखा,
मैसेजिंग. हम उसको
सीमा
अपने
आंटी has
एवरीडे
found you a perfect match.
पर
लाइफ
कुछ
में हम
पूछना
कैसे
था.
यूज करते हैं.
इन पे
तो
कितने साल की
दिस इज अ
वारंटी है?
टीचर
What?
खुशबू
and if I'm
who went viral because only of her innovative teaching technique. वो डांस गाना करके वो छोटे बच्चों को सिखाती है, वो मात्राएं सिखाती है. तो वो अगर छोटी बोलती है तो वो ऐसे करती है, बड़ी बोलती है तो वो ऐसे करती है. सो छोटे बच्चों को वो, सो अगेन दिस इज जस्ट क्रिएटिविटी. शी इज नॉट अ creative professional, she's a teacher by profession, but she is using creativity for again impactful or effective messaging. फिर ये फैशन शो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, ये तो अभी बहुत वायरल हुआ था. ये लखनऊ में स्लम्स में बच्चों ने करा था. वो सब्यसाची ने भी शायद उसको शेयर किया, बट दे वर इंस्पायर्ड. तो उन्होंने अपने आप ही वो कपड़े बनाए हैं, पूरा ब्राइडल शादी के आउटफिट्स, और उन्होंने फैशन शो करा. सो दिस इज अगेन क्रिएटिविटी टू शो अ मैसेज. उन्होंने अपना पूरा, अगर आप एज अ सोशल डेवलपमेंट वर्कर देखेंगे तो आप देख लेंगे वो कैसे घरों से आ रहे हैं, कैसे परिवेश में वो रह रहे हैं, the kind of environment they are growing up in. And probably you will also connect with them because they've caught your attention, they've evoked interest, you want to know about them, you want to talk to them. So through a fashion show they've used a creative medium to tell people about their own lives. And I'm sure so many other people would have gone and already spoken to them and got to know about them. So similarly, there are feminist dancers. Rukmini Devi Arundale was a stalwart in Indian classical dance, always stood for feminism. Her dances were about feminism. Safdar Hashmi ji, like I said, street plays are all about social messaging. Movies also. So somewhere you have to use tradition plus innovation. What this teacher, for instance, is doing is, innovation. उन्होंने अपना खुद ही एक नया तरीका निकाला है, in which she is using a creative practice in her own field. So आप पुरानी चीजें भी follow कर सकते हैं, आप अपना नई चीजें भी इजाद कर सकते हैं. But like someone said here, I don't know who it was, that creativity has no bounds. It's actually limitless. So it's up to you how you want to harness it. Huh. So these are just some articles that I have written in the last recent years. So this top one was in the New Indian Express newspaper in Bangalore, where I was the City Express editor. And आप इस पे click करेंगे. So this was a very small thing. I just want to show you what I was trying to say here, was that a very, very stark example in our lives about the importance of creativity happened during COVID. तो इस पे क्लिक करो एक बार, मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ मैंने क्या लिखा था, मुझे ध्यान नहीं है. हाँ, so we had done a poetry competition. This was during COVID. आप देख रहे हैं एकदम लॉकडाउन के कुछ टाइम के बाद ही था, but people were still under lockdown. तो आप थोड़ा सा नीचे जाएंगे. And then all of us turned to some form of creativity. During COVID जो हम लोगों ने इतना burst of creativity देखा है ना across the world, वो पहले शायद कभी नहीं देखा था. एक तो world became also a lot of online हो गया काफी सारा. तो हमने क्या किया, हमने webinars करी, social media पे इतनी live streaming करी, binge watching करी. OTT became so famous at that time. Many of us started learning musical instruments. Ukulele एक अचानक से एक बहुत ही common सा word आ गया सबके सामने कि यूकेलेली सीख रहे हैं, खाना बनाना सीख रहे हैं, सब जलेबी बना रहे हैं. ऑल दैट इज क्रिएटिव फॉर्म ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन. एंड व्हाई डिड वी रिजॉर्ट टू दैट? पूरा वर्ल्ड इतना ज्यादा, व्हाई डिड वर्ल्ड लुक एट क्रिएटिविटी देन? बिकॉज वी वर अंडर सो मच स्ट्रेस. So many people became writers, so many people became gardeners. Maybe it was only for a short while, but because it was giving us a much needed outlet for expression, because we were not being I mean, that was an unforeseen situation. And how do you deal with such a calamity? So all of us took refuge in arts. And that is the whole point of arts, because it somewhere gives you that soothing feeling, and it connects with, makes you connect with yourself and makes one person connect with another. So, and then we can go to some other stories that I've listed, because we don't have time. I can go on and on anyway. So this is the next one, rap about Naga culture. If you can just quickly link quicker. This was the last article that I did for Village Square before during my stint there. This came just this month. So this is an interview I've done with a Naga rapper. He raps. His name is Moko Koza, and he raps in Nagamese and English both. And again, creative expression and rap is all about identity. The whole hip hop movement in America it began as an assertion for identity, because they wanted to be proud of their roots. It began as a symbol of rebellion. So Moko also, through his rap lyrics, talks a lot about the problems in Nagaland. He talks about corruption, he talks about drugs. Nagaland is a dry state, but he talks about how alcohol is kind of, black marketed there. And of course, he rubs the right people who matter the wrong way too, because he's talking about politicians, and he's talking about the discord between various tribes in Nagaland. He says, for outsiders, that's one tiny state, but there are so many 16 tribes there. All of them have their own different cultures, languages. They don't get along with each other. Through his song, he wants to unite all the Naga people in Nagaland and outside in Assam and Manipur and elsewhere. So again, it's creative expression, but he is messaging. It's effective social messaging, and he is a big rage. If you see his online following, even on my Instagram, when this was posted in collaboration with him, I don't know, this was 10 days later, I'm still getting notifications of organically it has gone some 25,000 views or something. So, I mean, obviously his messaging is reaching people, his rap is reaching people, people are identifying with the issues he's talking about. Okay, so then we can go to the next one.